Pisces, welcome back to another video. My name is Gloria. This is a general reading for Pisces, wherever it falls in your chart. Okay, God, let me get an oracle card to open up this reading for Pisces, please. I got these new cards. I haven't read the book on most of the cards just yet. Some of the cards I did. I really like the colors. So I'm going to just go off the pictures and stuff for now. Use my intuition. These cards make me feel magical. Look at that. Look at that. It's so cute. Oops. All right. Think for you, 'cause all that's left in do will you choose? Oh, chalice, fulfillment, made a fool of everyone. That's a very soothing energy. It also looks like a gift, like a gift that makes you like really, really happy. Here, it could be a mug, right? Even a mug. You just think it's so cute. You love the aesthetic on it. Oh, it's got the sun and the moon on it too. Here, I want to get those tattoos. I want to get a sun here because my husband's a Leo. And the moon here, because I'm a Pisces. All right, then you got the High Priestess and the High Priest. Responsibility, right? Okay, so something about like being noble and doing the right thing, like according to law, like following some sort of like teachings or something like that. Like even karmic, you know, karma teachings. You know, with fulfillment. Like, I feel like you walk around, like, not in need of anything, not wanting anything from anyone here. But you're willing to share your gifts. You're willing to share what you have with responsibility here. Somebody here could be sharing responsibility on something gold. I'm seeing like blonde hair. Somebody here has shared responsibility with someone that has blonde hair. I'm seeing like big boobs too. Boundaries, yeah. And you got the sword, so I feel like that's about communication here. You could be communicating like receiving messages like telepathically, communicating on different platforms, right? Like shared platforms. You could be communicating in that sort of way here. What you could be communicating is your smarts, is your you could be communicating your giving nature, your loving nature, your smarts here. Something about you having an idea in your mind or a truth about you and you holding it, right? Because you're trying to teach what faith can do. What faith and doing the right thing and being responsible for yourself and your own emotions. You're trying to prove like how love is not supposed to be like a competition. The wand, intention. Here, somebody here is definitely picking up your vibe, right? And it's nice. That shit is nice, cause I feel like you're like smooth with it. You're like sexy with it. I feel like somebody has like a really nice walk, like they walk with their head held high. Somebody's like very like has like a very like noble. Boundaries. Somebody has to communicate their boundaries because they I'm hearing like, if you know, you know. Like I don't have to, like, you don't feel like you should have to tell somebody how to treat you or your worth. Like I feel like you don't have to teach somebody your worth. Like if you see it, like you know, if you know, you know here. So you know that even though I'm like quiet in the background, not really making a fuss out of anything, you know, if I'm like called to do something, I'm going to do the right thing in a situation here. And if that means like putting someone in their place, or at least that's not where I was going. I wasn't really going towards like putting someone in their place, because I don't feel like you're like literally saying anything. But I feel like somebody here is aware of where your heart is at, what you're trying to do. You know, you are like definitely like cleaning something up. You're getting something like old and you're like polishing it off. You're very polished. All right, I see a lot of gold and silver. And I almost feel like there's an authority figure here that like really respects you for how you treat every single situation, right? Because you're like following a certain law about yourself. Like, no matter what happens around me, I'm always going to be loving, kind, and caring, because you never know what's going on with somebody else's story, which is definitely a really big lesson here with the High Priestess. That, and you know that, you know, you're smart enough to know that, you know, everyone's on their journey. Here, I almost feel like somebody wants to apologize to you, and you're like, there's no apology, like it's okay. Not it's okay, but like at least they know why you are the way that you are, why you're so like quiet, because there's a certain power, that you have like around you, and you have to like use it wisely. I feel like you can teach people how to use it as well with the Fulfillment card and the Magician here. I see like a show. You almost have to like make it like a fantasy, like a story. Like, because it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. The Alchemist. It's hard to believe in magic. It's hard to believe that that you have these tools already. Something here is really hard to believe. Knight of Swords. They could tell you this out of nowhere, kind of recklessly. The Alchemist, the Knight of Swords, right? I feel like you might get your hands on something. The Knight of Swords. Like quickly, because I feel like you're ready. But I won't hesitate no more. Nice. Whoops. There, now I have more room. See? All these tools are available for me to use as the magician. I feel like one of them has found you. Actually, I think you went looking. I'm not gonna lie. You went looking because you knew it was there, right? Something was already there here. Something that was gonna get you away from being part of somebody else's like somebody else's reckless behavior, or you engaging in reckless behavior. Right? I almost feel like there's like there's somebody that's like trying to make you look bad, like you're too sexy, right? Or you're too bitchy, right? This is why you can't run for president, or this is why you shouldn't be chosen for something here. With the Knight of Swords, someone could see an opportunity here and know that you are the perfect match for it. Like, you know exactly what to do with it. Like, this is your job with the Ten of Coins. Like, you're the perfect person for it here. They don't want you to get the job. With the Knight of Wands. So maybe you made somebody like a reference or something, and they're, you know, trying to make you look like reckless, or like you don't know. They're making you look like a bitch. With the Knight of Swords, and you're like correcting them. Maybe that is like the putting someone in their place, like correction. Am I not the reason why everything is moving so slowly? Maybe, exactly. Maybe something has been extremely slow here, and you being, you know, funky, cool, creative, and like the Knight of Wands, he's working. You know, he's making himself like attractive. With the Knight of Swords, like with the Knight of Swords, I feel like you're no dummy. Like, you know what people want to see. You know how to make things work. Ten of Coins, I always say that's like a well-oiled machine. It makes me think of my favorite movie, You've Got Mail. I'm so corny. But Dave Chappelle is like on the treadmill with Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks is like worried about like his business being taken over by the little shop shop on the corner, around the corner. Dave Chappelle is like, don't worry, man. This place is a well-oiled machine. And I feel like, you know, you are, like, this is how you are now, who you are now, who you've become. With the Four of Wands, you've graduated to a very successful level in your life. You're feeling successful. You're feeling like you made something happen here. And you're really proud of that. You're really happy about that. You've got the Hermit card. You could be, so there looks like some sort of like fight or flight situation, you know, happening for you all of a sudden here. But it works because you work, right? Because everything is just like working out perfectly. Like, even if it is like a surprise visit or like a surprise anything, like everything's tip-top shape around here. Like Queen of Swords, you're like showing, you know, showing your kids improvement, right? I feel like somebody here has like kids who are improving in school. It's got to do with a lot of like self-love and being true to yourself. The Queen of Cups popped out. Being true to yourself and loving yourself and knowing how to nurture the needs of the people around you here, including yourself. And you take the time to do that with the Hermit card. And it's almost like you could be celebrating this Four of Wands and this Ten of Coins. You could be going out and celebrating and doing reckless shit here. But the Knight of Swords, like, I feel like you make sure all of your ducks are in a row before you you go out to like celebrate something here. Right? Because I feel like somebody here might test you in like a fucking sly type of way. Like test you to see if you'll fuck up, to see if you're like ready. Right? The Magician. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? I'm seeing like, what's that boss show where the CEO goes to work as like a regular employee? And he's like dressed up as like a regular Joe, so they don't notice that he's the CEO of the company. It's funny. My CEO could never do that because he's got like the thickest accent. I don't even know where he's from, but he's got the thickest accent. It's so awesome. But there's no way he can hide that shit. And even still, I feel like if you were given some sort of opportunity to represent something here, you would represent it very well. And you make it look cool. You make it look fun. You make it look easy. But you're very quiet. Like there's no emotion there, because that's not where your happiness comes from. Like, you know, showing off or proving yourself right or proving people wrong, or like that's not your motivation. Your motivation is to just be a good person and do the right thing and, you know, provide good service. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not competing to be better than anybody else. You're competing to get better for your family, for your loved ones here. And that's completely separate from like money and material wealth here. It is why you've gotten so successful, is because you have enjoyed yourself here, because your intentions are good. And everything you do is in like such good nature here. As the Hermit card, you know, this is someone who I'm getting almost like star cards, like the star card. Like, I feel like you want like people to know that you need your alone time. The Empress, so you can like rest and rejuvenate. It could be really hard for you to express that. Like, you know, they say Pisces are like really like soulful people, and they're very like emotional here. And somebody just can't believe that you can, or it's amazing. It's not that they can't believe it. Like, it's amazing. It's a really cool like superpower to have with the Magician and the Alchemist. The Magician reminds me of Virgo. And I remember working with this Virgo a long time ago. It was my very first waitressing job. I was working at Nordstrom's, and Nordstrom's had like a little cafe in there. And we'd get paid $10 an hour. It was my first waitressing job. $10 an hour, and then and tips. And this was like, man, back in like 2009, 10. I don't know. So that was like a lot of money. And I always felt like this Virgo guy, what's his name? I forget his name. I think it was Ryan, but I don't remember. But man, we used to, like, he was like hungry. He was like a shark. He was like a shark, and he was like all over the place, and always cleaning stuff, and gave, you know, excellent service. And this is like a kid. Like, he had like goals, and he had like this really beautiful girl. Like, this man was fucking perfect. And not like I had a crush on him or anything. We used to get along. We used to get along so well until it was my first serving job, you know. So like, I was very, very sensitive. So maybe this is where I get this from, because like now my emotions are not in my job anymore. I'm like, you know, like, if it's affecting my money, get it the fuck out of my face. We have a job to do, you know, like. It's tough. And I used to get like so into like a lot of, oh right, so me and Ryan, you know, we had like a fun loving relationship, but when it came down to business, he was a fucking shark and I was a little fish, you know, swimming in a pond all by myself. And he would make me like fucking cry all the time and like emotionally like break down. So, but the next day, like after arguing with him, he would just show up like nothing happened, no big deal, it's all good, you know, Gloria, things aren't gonna be weird. Like, I was really shy at the time. So I used to think, you know, I would feel everyone's table like, why are they looking at me like this? Like, oh my gosh, my customers don't like me, blah, blah, blah. And it used to affect my job. Like, I felt like I couldn't do something here. But being in the restaurant industry, like, I used to be a really shy person. And now I can carry a conversation well. I can carry a conversation with pretty much anybody, you know, because of finding my way through this journey emotionally. I'm about to start fucking crying right now. Jesus. And knowing when it's time, to be serious, and time to work hard, and a time to play, like Knight of Swords. It's almost like an on and off switch. I mean, when you're fun, you are extremely fun. You are so fun loving, outgoing, like a little wild, a little reckless too. But you don't carry that shit with you to work with the Queen of Swords. And anybody else that does, like, like, you're just like, you know, off with his head, like, go away, or whatever. Or you, so maybe this is how that Virgo Ryan used to handle these things. Because when I get home, though, with the Hermit card, I almost feel like something is like worth it. Like, even though people get on your nerves on a daily basis, and, you know, there are challenges left and right, you seem to be able to dodge all the bullets without even breaking a sweat. like 4 of Wands, you're fucking killing the game right now. With this 10 of Coins, you're fucking killing the game. And everybody wants to be like you. Everybody is watching you and you're gaining your respect here. But at the end of the day, you still check in with yourself. You still check in with like your feelings. And if you ever feel blocked in that way, you shut down. You shut down. Completely. And you don't want to be a burden onto anybody else. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just saying this is how Pisces are. You don't want your emotions to become a burden on anybody else. Queen of Cups. So you do things to make yourself feel better. You know, you talk to the people that make you feel better. The people that that understand your soul. The people that aren't going to call you a bitch because you're not worried about their drama. You know what I'm saying? People that aren't going to put you down because they have a problem, and just because this person has a problem, everybody stop what you're doing. Everybody drop what you're doing to help this person in their drama. No, it's in the fucking way of becoming successful. And I feel like you know how to like finesse something and make it look good. Here. Because this Hermit card talks about you pulling back your energy, pulling out your energy, kind of going into your fucking man cave, woman cave, you know, opening that bottle of wine, smoking that fucking reefer. Shit. Doing what you gotta do to get yourself at a more comfortable place emotionally for you, so that you don't fucking lose it on people when they, you know, when they, you know, have their period that week or break a fucking nail. Like, so you can put out the fires faster here with your logic, like with just being able to assess the situation. This person wants this, and that's why they're talking like that. That's why they're coming around. But I know exactly what they're doing here with the High Priestess. Like, I know emotionally I can feel what they're thinking about me. I see like an Aries trying to challenge you because they don't know why you're so cut off emotionally at work. Like, you come off as like fun and loving and stuff, but when you're around like certain people, or when you're around this person, this Hermit thinks that you're icing them out. This Aries or this this Cancer, they think that you're icing them out, that you're challenging them in some sort of way. God, Pisces, you are such a smooth talker. You're like, no, no, no. No, no, no. With the Queen of Swords. You're like, no, no, no. Pay attention to what you're doing. Why you're causing me to have to work around the situation. Why I have to go and look for another job. Or why I have to, you know, behave this way around you. Because I've tried to be open with you. I've tried to be friendly with you. And everything is a game. Somebody here did not take you seriously at all. They fucked with you. They thought you were cool and shit. But they were playing with your powers. And you can feel that. You don't want to be open and emotional around people that are playing with your powers. And this person fucking knows it. They know it. They know that you're like on a mission. And they want to be there with you. Like, they're watching you. They want to be there with you. And they're like mad. They're mad. And kind of sad because all they can do is watch. When they could have been part of the team. Like, they could have been part